Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson. In this one, we're going to use a very interesting and fun tool to learn more about functions and custom functions and all sorts of things. So the link to Reborg's World, this is the tool that we're going to be using a lot in this section. The link to it is in the resource section, so just click on it. It's going to take you to this page. And you should be seeing a page like this with the alone world here, like, this empty world. But again, if you don't, you can just click on this and it's going to show you all the different options that are available, and you want to click the alone option. All right. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about Reborg's World. So this is a coding practice tool that is really, really fun. And it's going to allow you to use a lot of functions and everything to move the robot around. If you remember in that previous example where I was explaining the whole robot story and like getting the robot to buy you a coffee or something like that, and the instructions of it, this is pretty much kind of the idea behind it. You can actually just move the robot around using functions and all that stuff. So if you take a look in this section up here, there's a reworks keyword. You can actually take a look at the available functions. For example, there's a move function, there's a turn left function, there's a take, there's put, toss, build wall, pause, done, all that, like a lot of different like stuff that you can actually do. Like there's conditions, front is clear, right is clear, all that. So, a lot of interesting things. So we're just going to go over this slowly so we can actually get familiar with this. So let's actually practice something. So let's see. If I drop move right here, if I just click on it, it's going to add the, add the thing here. So we have 4 move options here, right? 4 move functions. So if I actually click on this and if I click play or run, it's going to move the robot 4 times. See, and then it says instructions complete. So, or you can actually do it step by step using this icon, and it's just gonna like kind of go through it step by step. Anyways, so that's that. And if you take a look, this move function is going to move the robot. All right. So again, very simple, nothing complicated. Let's go back to the keyboard real quick and let's take a look at some stuff. So let's make a left turn. So turn left. So let's actually move this maybe in middle, like after the second one. There you go. So if I do this, let's see what happens here. So there you go, turn left, there you go. So we turned left and we went two squares up. All right. So one of the things is that, okay, this is interesting and all, but think about this for a second. If you look at the keyboard, you will see there's something missing, and that is turn right. So what would you do if you want to turn right? And this is where, or if let's say you want to turn around, what would you do? Okay, so this is where you can actually use your creativity to define a new function. All right, so let's actually try to let's say move around. Let's say I want to turn right. So if I want to turn right, so if I want to go up and turn left and then go up again, so this is what we want to do. But then if I want to turn right, I have to turn left 3 times essentially, right? So if I turn left 3 times, I will turn right essentially, right? And then we can move. So let's actually take a look at this. Let me show you in action. So we're moving, turn right, and there you go. So we just turned right by turning left 3 times, right? So we essentially turned the head of a robot 3 times around to make sure it turns left or right essentially. So that's that. Now here's a problem. If we, if you want, let's say we have a really long code and we want to we need to repeat this right turn over and over again. And that would be a problem, right? That would be a huge problem because we have to have these lines of code over and over. And instead of this, what we can do is we can actually define a function, right? So one of the things we're going to do is we can say define, and we're going to say turn right. And we're just, gonna close that, and there you go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, we're gonna grab this and drop it right here. And just like that, we have a right turn. And if I drop this right here, we should be working with this. Take a look. Let's see if this works. There you go. So now, there you go. See, now we turned right. So just like that, now moving forward in the code, all I have to do is to just repeat this, the right turn essentially function, instead of just having to call left turn 3 times each time that we want to turn right. So just like that, the new function that we made actually made our life easier, right? So let's do another one. Let's actually see, let's say if I want to turn around. So what do we do? So to turn around, you need to turn left essentially twice. All right. So that's that. And let's actually define that. So we're going to say define. And again, if you take a look, we don't have an option to turn around, right? We don't actually have that option. So just like that, we're going to say define. I'm going to call this turn around. Here we go. And we're going to say turn left twice. And now if I actually use the turn around, and let's actually make it like slower this time. I want to go with the step in function. So like a step in method. So that way you see every action. So the code starts with the move, right? And then moves 1. There you go. And then turns left. Awesome. And then moves again, and then turns right. So as you see, when we get to the turn right, it goes to the function after. See, it went to the function and it's reading the function that we have here. So it's a turn left, turn left, turn left, and then it goes back, continuing throughout the code and then move, and then turn around. So like it says, okay, this is a function. So we're gonna go and it's gonna read the function we just defined, turn around, and just like that, it turned around. And if you actually move it, let's say add 2 more runs here. Again, well, obviously we gotta run this again, but like, yeah, you get the idea. So let me actually just run this quick this time. So we see it goes around and it reads the functions, and just like that, we defined 2 functions. So this is how you actually define a function. And one of the things that this should give you a clue is that you can actually put functions inside a function. So like, you know, you can actually have multiple functions within each other nested. And that is like another thing that you can play around with, and something that we will do in the future. But one of the things I want to do right now, I want you to click this, and I want you to actually go practice a little bit. I want you to play with the robot, just move it around using the move function and also like the turn left, and create your own turn right function, even like more complicated moves. You know, you can actually create an entire like define an entire movement using you know, function definition, right? So def get milk, just like that. And we're gonna say, for example, we can put all of these inside. And if I do that, this whole thing, this whole movement essentially becomes an entire function. So all I gotta do, if I wanna like call this entire movement next time, I just gotta say get milk and just call this function, and just like that, we like are going to run the entire code, and we can go repeat this over and over using this function that we just created. So again, if I run this, and it's going to do all of that stuff and run through all the functions that we just created, and it's going to go over. So that's pretty much it. I just want to get you familiar with this, guys. Try to practice it around and like, you know, kind of play with this. I want you to be familiar with this. We're going to go into a little bit more complicated problems here, but like this is a good start for you to become familiar with the concept of functions. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.